All right, Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. So, someone in the comments section did actually suggest, hey, you should use a bubbler. And I was like, you know what? That's an actual good idea. So, what I did is that I ended up getting, sorry about the wind, I ended up getting one of these Stanley portable pieces here. Okay, I got an inverter. This is a 100-watt inverter right here. It's on. And I have one of these aqua fish pumps here that actually has two holes to it. And I have those going to two long balloon straws that are all the way in the bottom. Okay, now I was out here this morning. I took all the liquid out and I put the liquid in a bucket, and I took those pieces out there and I buried them in there. You can actually go to Walmart and buy the tube. I think it's a long, like 10-foot tube for like $2.49, and I just cut it in half and put it there so it's long enough, right? I have the liquid in there, and then what I did is that I siphoned some of it off here. So as you can obviously see, there's a lot of gold there. Now looking in this, a lot of gold has actually come off. A lot of gold has come off, but the one thing I have to remember to do is I have to remember to cover this up. So when I put this in, I have to leave enough space for air to go in it, and at the same time that no insects or leaves get, because as you can see, there's a lot of leaves out here right now. Okay, so that's the main thing. So what we're going to do now is I have it on, okay, and I actually tested it yesterday for an hour. It works perfectly. It doesn't use that much voltage, so I can actually leave this on for a couple hours. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that this is 86 pounds of gold plated board scrap. Okay, the air pump is on, it's pumping in the bottom. I'm going to take the liquid, which is our muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide mix. We're going to put it all the way in there right now. Okay, we're going to add in a little bit more because over time, as you know, it basically does get a chance to evaporate there right now. Okay, and then we're going to take the rest of the liquid that I have sift off here, and I just wanted to show you guys the amount of gold that you would actually end up getting. So what we are going to do is, now I was out here for say about an hour today right now, and all I was doing is I just wanted to see how much gold was collected. So I would just do this. I would just dip this in here, skim off the bottom, and I would just pour it in here like that. It does splash around a bit. Now what I did want to show you guys is this. You see all the gold flakes in there moving around? All that's going to get caught up by the filter. Okay, as an example. And if it overflows, it's fine, but it's just to basically show you guys the amount of small parts of gold that's in there. That's why you're going to have to triple filter it. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit, leave that, let it do what it's got to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our liquid that's inside of here, we're going to pour it in there, and we're going to make sure we're going to actually see bubbles. Okay, very, very simple. So let's set up our trusty cam, which is going to be here for both of the buckets there. Now, for those of you saying, dude, I want to see some PPE, you're absolutely right. I have some gloves. Okay. Now, this process may take about 5 minutes, I'd say, maybe 5 minutes or so. Probably take about 5 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I have my glove here. Okay. I'm going to take the liquid that is in here. We're going to pour this in there, and when it basically gets low, we're going to pour the whole bucket in. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to see some bubbles. So the people in the comment section, thank you very much for making that suggestion. I went out to Walmart, I bought one, and I wanted to drive over to New Jersey to get a pump and everything like that there. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our measuring cup. Okay, now what is the purpose of the bubblers? It's to basically add oxygen to the mix. Okay, dip it off here. Okay, and then pour it all in there. Now some of the boards, as an example, are clean, so I'm going to show you an example, right? Like this board has been picked clean by the muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide, but on the other side, not so just yet, right? So I want to make sure I get most of this as possible right now. The more of it I get, definitely the better, which is very, very important. And again, this is a slow process. You really don't want to rush something like this right now. It is very, very important. And again, there's a lot of gold already here, but the gold that we're looking for, some of it is still on the board. So for example, some boards don't look like they've even been touched, but then when you flip it over, it's already off on this side there. That's why you definitely have to make sure the liquid goes in and separate it right now. Okay, so you want to add some vibration, or you want to end up adding in some air to it right now, and just pouring all of that in, getting that mix done. Now again, I could let all of this stuff sit for a month, just adding in more muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide right now, which is very important. Now again, this is a slow process, but what I do want to do is I want to speed this up a little bit, so I could actually end up getting another container to fill this up. Hold on, let me see if I can get a bigger container. All right, so I have a bit of a bigger container right now. Don't know if it's any bigger, but this is basically just a Clorox container here. And I was going to use this, dip this in, skim off the bottom part of it to make sure no muriatic acid goes onto the floor, and then just pour that in here right now. Okay, that's basically all we're doing, is we're taking on muriatic acid, that's hydrogen peroxide mix, and we're going to go ahead and actually pour it here right now. Okay, now depending on how long this will last, this will probably last maybe 4 hours. It's crazy if I come back today and it's still pumping, which basically means that this, and I got this from Walmart right now, this is an aquaculture air pump that was used for fish tanks. But the good part is, like, it may actually last like a very long time. So we'll let it sit here, we'll leave it, okay, and we'll just continue hand pouring out our muriatic acid mix here. Now I can't hear the bubbles just yet, but it will take time to process right now. Okay, now all we're doing is we're adding it back. Somebody would say, well, why would you take it out and do it again? You want to go ahead and make sure you give the mix a jump. Okay, this is why Streak basically said you can use an air bubble. Now again, it's up to you whether you want to pay for one or not. You don't have to, right? It's just a way to kind of speed the process up to make it a bit easier. Okay, that's basically it. Now what we're going to do now, okay, is we are going to take this bucket up. I'm going to pick it up in the air and I'm going to pour it in here, okay, and we're going to show you guys the air bubbles that are working. It's still plugged in and everything like that, okay? Now again, something like this is definitely going to end up being heavy because it has a lot of liquid in it. Now also on top of that, we also still have this. It's a SIF mix, remember, that we were basically doing, and in the bottom of this is going to end up having a lot of gold that's there, but it's also going to show me the other debris, which is why it's very important to go ahead and close some of that stuff down, okay? You don't want other dirt and debris getting in there right now. So we're going to angle this off at this bucket here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this bucket up and we're going to pour this bucket there. Okay, that way it's going to make it easier for you guys to actually see that. Now, for those people saying that it's taking a very long time for this 86 pounds process to work, yeah, to be honest, I mean, it's 86 pounds. If I had did this in batches of 10, it would still, again, take that time because the chemical has to basically get to the board, which is very, very important. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to take our muriatic acid bucket here. I'm going to pour in the top of the bucket, and we're going to show you guys the air bubbles that are being created. Okay, now watch this here. Watch out for splashes as well. All right, now, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. I want you guys to see this. Look at this. Oh, man, look at the gold I could have sifted out. God, that's nice. Damn. Oh, I wanted to sift that out so bad. Look at the gold pouring out of this bad boy. Look at that, and it's just clumped up in there. So yes, we do have a massive amount right now. Okay, let me put this bucket back. I'm holding the camera with one hand. Oh man, look, damn. It's all on the bottom because of the weight there. Now it also shows me that I do need to add in more muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide right now. And it's the same bucket, the same 86 pounds, and I still have this liquid over here right now that was sifted out. So what I'm going to do the smart thing. So remember how I just filtered this out, but we still have some gold in there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take our measuring cup, and I'm going to take some of the liquid. Let me move this over to the side. I'm going to take some of our liquid that's in here, okay? I'm going to pour it in here. Look at that. There's gold on the end of it, right? I'm going to take some of our liquid there. I'm going to shuffle that around in here, okay? Like we have gold on the end. And I'm going to pour it in here so that gold can actually come out as well. Look at that. Oh my God, there's so much gold. Look at that gold. It's so much money right now. And this is why, again, in the future, I want you guys to start triple filtering your stuff. And it's taught me a very valuable lesson, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to end up adding in 2 gallons of muriatic acid with hydrogen peroxide with this old mix, and then I'm going to pour it in there so it basically gets a little bit higher than this, because over time, remember that it's going to end up evading away, okay? So it's funneling out right now, as you can see down there. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to go over there. I'm going to get 2 more gallons of muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide mix. I'm going to pour them in the bottom of that there. And then we're going to have that. Now, the good part is, look, see that? Bubble's working. It's already bubbling right now, which is good. All right, like that's what we want. Okay, so I'm going to push that in right now. And I'm not going to have the video run too long, because I need to go to the car and get 2 more gallons of hydrogen peroxide, muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide, and do that. But so far, it is working beautifully. And so I'm going to dump more out of that there and put that in. But that's basically it. That's what we got, guys. That is a lot of gold. Okay, it's already on the end right now, but it's still got maybe 2 or 3 more weeks to go through. Okay, but I'm going to keep this air bubbler in, and when I come home, I'm going to charge it, put it on the charger for 9 hours, take it off, and put it there in the morning. All right, guys. And when it rains, I'm going to put a cover on it. I do have a cover there to put on that. But I do want to leave enough room for this air piece not to get punctured, which is very important. Okay? So I'm probably going to actually put this stuff up here, which is good. All right? Actually, yeah, that's what we'll end up doing right now, which will actually be smart. So let's do this. Let's pull this out, okay? Because I don't want to leave anything on the ground right now. And let's see if I can actually put this in the air. If I can put this bubbler in the air right now. Stretching a bit. It's stretching a bit. Damn. I could have it hang down on a weight. I could have it hang down a little bit. So I might have it hang down a little bit there with that white part exposed, just like that. So I'll put this on a hook with the weight, and then that should be good. All right, I'm going to end the video here. All right, but as you can see, we got gold on it, okay? Give it 2 more weeks, and I will show you guys the full amount. All right, any questions in the comments below? Thank you for the tip for the bubbler. Pro Dumpster Diver out.